Hi everyone. Today is Thursday, May 7th, 2026, and this is your reading for today. So as I shuffle, I'm going to set the intention to bring through the message that we need to hear in order for us to align with the highest version of ourselves. And I'm going to start by pulling an animal card, and we can open up the field and see what the theme is today. What is our theme? We've got the panther, so letting go. It's always a good reading when letting go is the center of it. Now I'm going to pull some sacred geometry cards on this, and I'm going to actually tune into the process. Everything is a process. And so if we can understand the letting go process, we can get better guidance for ourselves as we let go what doesn't serve and move into better versions of ourselves. Okay, so circle, wholeness. So you're having an experience that is actually making you feel more like you, more authentic. Everything is starting to make sense. Your past and who you are now and the future that you are envisioning are all coming together and all starting to align. You're beginning to look at what had happened to you and you feel, wow, that's why that happened. And in hindsight, everything becomes clearer, but it hasn't been as clear as it is right now for you. And then we got Leonardo's Vitruvius Man. And so understanding the relationship that you have with your body is really enhancing. It's becoming better. It's something you've never experienced before. You've been so aware of your thoughts, your actions, your decisions that you are beginning to see yourself in a different light. That's why everything's starting to make sense, why your life played out the way that it has. So you have been doing the work in regulating your nervous system and taking care of your health, in just being a more wholesome person and not allowing old thought patterns and old behaviors determine who you are going to be now moving forward. So this is a very great and lighthearted reading. And then we've got the heptagon reverse. So now you're kind of like in this middle space, right? You're kind of figuring out, you're kind of trying to see all the other things that don't align with you anymore. Things that you used to do all the time, things that were so familiar now are beginning to feel off. And it's simply because you're paying more attention now, you know? Um, and it doesn't mean that it, you know, sometimes we look at things that we've always done and we think, wow, that always felt off. But now that you're actually paying attention and considering the messages that your body tells you, your gut's telling, your intuition is telling you, you're realizing that a lot of things you were doing or have done really didn't feel like you, but you did them anyway. But you're also finding forgiveness, you're also finding peace with that. And that's what's allowing you to um, sort of find the most authentic version of you and be okay with what had happened and even more excited about what's to come because you can feel things are shifting in your life simply through this perspective shift. Now I'm going to pull some tarot cards on this and we can dive into more specifics of letting go, of becoming this person we've always wanted to become. It's interesting how much letting go becomes a part of what of becoming, of authentically aligning with yourself. It's not even so much about building and creating anything new. It's more about unraveling and peeling away the layers, and it's more of a remembering. We've got the 10 of cups. Wow, so and it comes right over the circle. So you really are experiencing wholesomeness in most of the aspects of your life, which is great because this is probably something you've never felt before. Like to feel comfortable and to feel at peace with no matter what is manifesting, even if it hasn't gotten better yet, you also know that it will. It will. You'll either your perspective will either shift or it will completely fall out of your life and it will be irrelevant to you. And then we've got the Hierophant reversed. So congratulations too, because you are healing generational traumas, healing generational patterns that weren't ever yours to begin with. You are doing things differently than what has been done, especially in relationship to your beliefs surrounding the unknown, your beliefs surrounding your connection to God, to the universe, to source, however you want to refer to it as. But you are realizing that you are much more connected to um, your higher self, source, God, in a way that you never have before, because you are realizing that as you tune in, things begin to come to you. You are magnetizing things in a way you never have. And it's not just because you are becoming more clear, it's because you are becoming more you than you ever have. And you are letting go. This is the letting go part I'm sensing. The letting go part is letting go of all the old paradigms, of all the old beliefs, of all the old things that were given to you, the things you borrowed that were never yours, because you didn't have the life experience yet to realize that you can create your own. And this is where you are right now, creating your own. And then we have the Five of Wands. Okay, so, and that's interesting because it comes over the heptagon. So there's still things that you are beginning to notice. You are really, really honing in and sharpening your focus. And realizing what's no longer aligning is really inspiring this deep burning passion within you. The fire is coming out. You're beginning to realize, like, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's anger or rage, but it has that type of intensity where you're like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm no longer going to act out of alignment with myself. I'm going to call out everything that doesn't feel like me. Um, and so that's where you are. So a lot of your life is working. And that's where I suggest you put your focus, is focusing on the things that are already working, focusing on the things that already make you feel alive. And that's what's going to help you shift these things that are still kind of hanging out, you know? Okay, so, and then I'm gonna do some guidance cards here, and I'm gonna ask for guidance moving forward. As you let go, as you make space, as you let that passion within you really begin to show itself. Okay, so we've got against the grain. You really are choosing to do things differently. You're not just, healing generational things. You are not conforming. You're deciding that I'm going to do things in the way that I want to do, and not in a rebellious, I'm going to do the exact opposite of what everyone else is doing, but it's more of like I'm going to take whatever makes me feel alive and I'm going to integrate them. I'm going to find that everything that resonates within me, and I'm going to bring all of it close to me, and I'm going to find the patterns, and I'm going to integrate them, and I'm going to express them in a way that is unique and filled with my own essence. And that's what you're going to bring back to the world, and that's going to be powerful. It's going to be a powerful next season for you. Heaven sent. That's so interesting too, because we pulled that up upon the Hierophant. And I had said earlier that you're sort of understanding how connected you are to Source, to God, to the universe, to um, the energy that you know is greater than you, but you are still co creating with. You are beginning to see how your belief system, belief in the unknown, is really magnetizing everything to you, and how you are becoming more connected to your higher self. You're beginning to get intuitive downloads that you are actually following up on, that you are actually acting on, and they're actually working out. And so you're building evidence to really solidifying this new belief system within you. And that's great. Um, Last card. Oh, I love this. Seeing the true you. And that's exactly what you are doing right now. Seeing the truest version of you. And really, the guidance moving forward here is to continue doing what you're doing. Keep doing these compounding behaviors. Keep going against the grain. Keep tuning into source. Keep looking for versions of you, for the authentic versions of you in the world, and expressed differently. Allow yourself, and this is the key, allow yourself to follow your curiosities, because within those curiosities, you're going to find bits and pieces of you that you didn't even realize existed, or that had existed before, but you had completely forgotten about them. So don't be afraid. This is a fun time of self-discovery. And so I hope you were able to draw something valuable from today's reading. Have a great day.